Morning. You ever driving down the road and it's like, I don't know, 9 o'clock in the morning and everybody has just left their businesses, all these hired people, and because I employ people, I understand this. And you get behind them. I just passed I didn't pass them. I just got behind an AmeriGas truck. And we're on a 50-mile-an-hour road. He's driving 35, 40 miles per hour. Now, what these people do is when, you know, they're on the clock and they don't want to work any harder than they absolutely have to. So what they do is they drive to their destination at snail speed. The speed of snail at the speed of snail. Okay? So they do that so that they don't get too much done in a day, and tomorrow's job, no problem. If I go too fast, I might have to go do 2 jobs today instead of just 1. Yesterday, coming down Route 12, 55 mile an hour, 50 mile an hour road, 50, 55. I think it's a 50 mile an hour, but everybody goes 55. Okay, cops don't bother you at 55, it's okay. 40 to 45 miles an hour. It was later in the afternoon. I want to say it was around 3:30. So this was a delivery truck, and I said to my wife, I said, you know, I'll bet that's an Updike lumber truck. I said, and they're going slow so they don't get back to the office too soon that they have to make another delivery. Well, we got hung up at a light, and I made a left, and she turns her head to the right. She says, you're 100% right. That's Updike lumber. So if it took him an extra 10 minutes to get down Route 12, which it did, because I was behind him the whole way, and every time I wanted to pass, it was like there was cars coming the other way, and I'm not the kind of person to force people off the road. Oh, deer country's calling. All right, come in. Look at that sight glass on this thing. That's crazy. Nice and long. I don't know why they need it so tall, though. So, yeah, we're going to talk about this a little bit. 6210R that I was looking at, it was to go out on a demonstration to a guy, and the guy that did the demonstration, he bought it. So that was scheduled before I was to purchase it, before I was interested in purchasing it, obviously. Let's see what's in here. This tractor is new. They got a few hours on it. My problem with this tractor isn't that it's the 7000 series, because this is an 18 model. My problem is the length of it, and if it will work with a loader, the loader that we need. I got him looking at it. It's long. My fear is that the tractor is too long to do what I need to do, and because I'm a pirate here, I usually bring my own keys, so I might as well just, you know, pirate and get my ass in there, right? I wanted to see what it looked like anyway. I don't know if I'm breaking any laws. Probably not, because, you know, as a pirate, it does have the left-hand reversers. This is nice. This is actually a really nice tractor. It should have the auto seat. Somebody's calling me now. Who's calling me? It's Dad. Yeah. So I'll have to look at that. This has got a lot more room, and of course it's got this and the side console there. I don't know if it will work the way I would like it to work. Let me see here. You know, for a front end loader, you know, the whole deal here is to have a loader that works for my father, not me. I'll use the 8120. I don't care. You know, that doesn't bother me at all. But this has that. I don't know what the hell you would call this. It's not an IVT. It's basically a power shift of some sort. I forget, E23 transmission. And you can set it to work like the IVT, is what they said. But I don't know. if it is or not when I drop my key. These guys are turning around, probably wondering what the hell I'm doing. I'm stealing their tractor. You know, they lock her up. There it is. But that's it. I don't know what I like the front axle under there. It's a lot heavier than even the 8120's front axle. And greasing is easy. I think they want $250 for this one. $250,000. That'd be all right. Anyway, so we got the new ones. They weren't 150, they were 111, plus I got the discount. The difference, you can see, they're more like that one here that goes on the Power Beyond, and these are the originals. So if you look at these, slightly different, and they come with the different color-coded Husmadoozits, so you know which one is what. Somebody's here. Okay, so that makes these things obsolete. These little guys here. These are the drip catchers. There is something else that has been ordered for these. These came, I don't know, they were in the one thing. So Sean saw them in there. He's like, yeah, well, they're in there. You can have them. Doesn't matter. But these here are the new ones. I just left the clear caps on them until we get the remainder of the parts that we need. And then we're pretty good. Because I have no dust covers. I mean, I wouldn't even mind if they were just dust covers like that. Green. What's those? Blue, and this is brown, right?
Yes.
Yeah. Green, blue, and black. So, and that'll cover those up. Now, Timothy could actually, there is no returns anymore, so I have to do something with this case drain here. I can't have all that dirt gonna go down in that case drain, so I'll have to, I think there's a plug on one of these right here, and there is, and I can stick that plug in that hole right here. Now let's see what we got. There's a plug there. All right, so we got that thing. Yeah, that goes to these here. Those are the case drains. I just need to get that thing. Yeah, you can pop that out of there with a screwdriver, because I'm not going to be using those anymore. There's something different that comes with it. There was, you know, basically because they changed these size gizmos here. And I got these blue gloves from Horrible Freight, and I gotta say, they're pretty durable. Did you get it out?
Yep.
This should just pop right in. Yep. Okay, so he just capped that off. Now we don't have to worry about the dirt and stuff. This tractor was somewhat cleaned by Joseph when we got back from Virginia, and I'm going to go ahead and pop those things out of there. This will be a lot cleaner, in my opinion. Take these things off of here. Go ahead and pop those off. This ain't nothing. We'll take those all off of there because I don't need that stuff. If it's not going to drip, it ain't going to drip. And that little bottle fills up with water anyway. It's kind of it was a good idea, but a good idea in theory. It's an engineer's wet dream to have a good idea in theory. But when it comes down to it in practicality or practice, it's a different story. So, yeah, pretty simple. We're just going to take them off. What'd you do?
Oh, that shit.
What? Yeah, it's full of dirt. I cleaned these out when I bought this tractor, but you know, I know there was someone that said that I would just clean it once and then that would be the end of it. And I thought that was, I think it was LOL Tomatoes. Remember that guy? The guy was a real treat to have around.
I swear to God.
Some of these people, you know. But anyways, that'll be a lot cleaner and easier to pull this all off again. And if the, go ahead and put it in that box right there, along with that other valve. Don't drop the valve, it's very expensive. Yeah, so I'm sure that other stuff, but this would be a lot cleaner. Joseph was to clean it up and he never did really do a very good job of it because I wasn't there, you know, barking at him. We had problems with these here and they were returning and just shooting oil out, but you know, with the new ones we won't have to worry about that. There's none of that to have happen. It's either going to be full on or full off. Go ahead and start the tractor up. I want to see what comes out of there, if anything. I'm hoping nothing comes out of there, but there is going to be air in the lines, And I want you to raise that, the third one over, the brown one, because that'll raise the front end. Yeah, it was on. It shouldn't be that way, but a little bit of smoke. Yep, they worked. Okay, so that worked. Nothing blew up, and then what you do here is you just turn that. Now we should be. I don't know, what's it doing?
Raising one up.
Okay, it's raising and lowering?
Yeah.
All right, raise it up. Is it all the way up?
Yeah.
Okay, so what I'll do is this. Now try it.
What?
Okay, so this is just for the pickup in the front. Because it runs off of here, those hoses go all the way forward. If you want to run the front end, you got to do that. You can actually run more hoses from here up there by adding to this, and they'll operate. Up in the front, you can have your couplers up front there. Just by doing this, it doubles it. So that works pretty good too. But yeah, so now we've got everything pretty good. Go ahead and shut it off, it's fine. Yeah, I don't know, did I say at some point today I already talked about the 6210R being sold, and I'm not upset about it. It just, well, let's put it this way. We're going to talk about this a little bit, because 6210R, and I'll say what the thing was worth, or what they wanted for it. It was an awesome deal. 6210R with 2,300 hours on it, an H380 loader with a bucket and the brush guard, IVT. What were they? 20.8 46s, I think, on there. 20.8 46s, duals on the rear, nothing on the front. They were 4.9 on the front, or 4 whatever on the front. They wanted $125,000 for it. So I went out and I looked at the tractor. I liked the tractor. Told them I wanted to buy the tractor. Just needed to change the tires over to the 710R-7250s on the rear, and the 66530s on the front, and we would have a deal. And what I was told was that that tractor was going out as a demonstration to a guy who was going to be purchasing a brand new tractor, but he wanted to demonstrate the IVT and see if it fit his operation, so that he could make up his mind whether he was going to get he was going to buy a new tractor. Well, the price difference between the new 6150M, I think is what he was looking at, and the 6210R was about $25,000. So he said, hey, you know what? Cancel that new order. I'm going to buy this one. So he bought that one. Oh well, such is life. So I decided I would price out a new 6250R. The reason I want a 6250R over the 6210 is, you know, the biggest in the series would be great, because I need the tractor to be short enough that for loader work. If I got the 7000 series, I would have to get the great big loader, and it would be bulky and huge in the front of it. And the 6000 series is a narrower hood, and it's short enough that I have the reach, and the height is fine, and the turning radius was good. So I'm in that funky area where I need a big enough tractor that can run a baler, a stack wagon, or pull a very large amount of hay home, and still be versatile enough to do the loader work that I needed to do. A telehandler will not work. It won't work. As much as people just say, oh, you need a telehandler, that'll do everything you want it to do. If you come to New Jersey and get a telehandler and try to do what I'm doing with a telehandler, you will find out in a nanosecond that it is not a proper fit. So, yes, a telehandler would be very versatile. It would work great for a sight machine, but you're not going to be able to take the tractor or the telehandler, hook it to a wagon, and pull 2 loads of hay home, or a load of hay home with it, and be comfortable for 1 and safe for 2. It just isn't going to work out. So I am not going to even go there. So don't even bother saying you need a teleskid or a telehandler. So I priced the new 6210R with the front end loader and everything else, IVT transmission with the electronic joystick, cast wheels instead of the dish wheels, and the price tag was, you ready for this drum roll? You don't know how much it was. Take a guess. How much is a brand new 6250R 2020 model with all that stuff? Now, mind you, one with 2,300 hours on it was $125,000. It looked like they turned hogs loose in the cab, but other than that, it was a really sweet tractor. $125,000, brand new one with all the same specs. Think, spit it out. You got 2 seconds. A number.
I have no clue.
Well, one,
It's
two.
gotta be more.
Oh, it would be. Of course, it would be more. How much more?
175.
$305,000. $305,000. 305,000. You heard me. $305,000 for that tractor. I'm in the hay business. I'm not in the gold mining business. Yes, we make out. I make a living. I'm not getting rich, but I do make a living, and we do pretty well. This baler here, you're looking at 200, right around 200,000, brand new spanking new. This baler has 43,000 bale stroke. To buy a new one is $200,000. If this baler breaks down, I can hook this tractor to it. I can hook the 8120 to it. I can hook a 6210R to it. It doesn't matter. So I have never bought a brand new tractor, and at that price I will not be buying a brand new tractor, not with IVT or nothing. Anyway, they do have a 7250R with a E23, I guess, transmission in it, for $250,000, no loader. By the time you get a loader on it, you're still looking at $250,000, $60,000, $75,000, $275,000 for the loader. And then it's too big to do loader work, like the 8120 is. So these balers I can buy for $200,000. I can buy a good set. Let's face it, I only paid $65,000 for this, $65,000 for this, with 4,000 hours on it. So I am now going to look for another 7530 premium with a loader on it. This is 208 horsepower. Drawbar horsepower on this one is 185. That actually has more horsepower than the 8120. And it's IVT, and it's versatile, and it's a comfortable machine. Front suspension, cab suspension. The reason I won't go to 8000 series is because they're too long to do loader work, and they're too heavy to truck both the baler and the tractor. That's why I want either the 7930, 7530, or something comparable. I'm a John Deere guy. Stop telling me about Case and New Holland and Fendt and all that. Fendt Vario gearboxes are a 5,000 hour gearbox, and you're throwing it away. You're throwing it away. You have to have it exchanged at 5,000 hours. John Deere, now that tractor has over 4,000 hours on it. The IVT is perfectly fine. The 8530, that's a kind of a redheaded stepchild of the IVT world. No, it really is. It's not a Vario, it's a Hydro, what they call a Hydro. That's a hybrid power shift and hydrostatic drive system. So the hydrostatic drive is shifted by a power shift transmission. If I've got it right. I'm not 100% sure, but I'm 99% sure that's how they work. With the Vario, it's like this weird cone system. You can take that off. I'm tired of stepping over it. It's got this weird cone system into it, and it just doesn't last. Yes, they're very reliable when they're in tolerance. Once they're out of tolerance, you've got a piece of junk on your hands that you have to change. And JCB runs that box. Fendt. The Fendt Vario, and whatever the hell else. There's other companies that use it as well. I'm going to stick with the John Deere's. I heard that Case, or New Holland Case, has a really good CVT transmission, which is similar to the John Deere system. And I'm not a Case fan or a New Holland Case fan because, well, obvious reasons. But if I had my choice between a Fendt Vario, a Case, or a John Deere, I'd take the John Deere first, the Case, New Holland second, and Fendt Vario probably wouldn't even be on the. You frozen?
It's fucking cold out there. It's 65.
I've never been cold while fucking. I'm telling you right now. That's not cold work. So it's 65 below zero out there?
No, it was 65 5 days ago.
Oh, 65 5 days ago. Yeah, that'll do it.
45.
So anyways, I am in the market for a 7530 with a loader or something 6210, 6215 with a loader on it. And I told the guy, the salesman at Deere Country, that you're going to make me go to England. I mean, even if I was really, to save 20,000 bucks to go to England, I really wasn't too keen on it because it is a bit of a pain in the ass to do that. But I think I'm going to spend the money, buy the plane tickets, and go to England and purchase a tractor or two again. So anyways, I'm done. I got to go see what's going on outside here. They're working, and we'll get on to it. Carl's doing some electrical stuff.